Relax, Mr. Graves. Or when will Johnny Bravo start to sing again? Our contributing writer Scott J. Graves considers himself to be a boomer. He uses categorical nomenclature utilized to ensure we all know what stereotype a person fills. I'm a Gen Xer in that paradigm. I'm also another Scott Graves from Gardner, though, my precious reader, I am so much more. And so, my reader, are you. And so, my reader, are all of us wandering this giant hairball we call postmodern American gonzo land. My friend, the other Scott Graves, made salient and credible points in his Gardner Iron Dispatches from the Arena number 24. He and I happen to see eye to eye on topics of urban planning, taking a more progressive approach to redeveloping our cities and towns, effective use of mixed-use development to strengthen downtowns, reducing our carbon footprint, and increasing public transit. I could go on. But when it comes to his language, made repetitious to emphasize a point in his article, we appear to digress. Since the various colonies of Eurocentric North America were formed, an economic elite class of people consistently found means for injecting strife between two or more groups of lower class people. Need to keep your poor whites in line? Just tell them that slavery is a necessary evil to maintain their status as poor white trash. Need your Protestant mill workers to stop striking? Just tell them the Italians and Franco-Americans are a threat to their jobs and their religious freedom. Can't have a popish plot going on over here. This has created some rather disempowering scenarios that lead ultimately to nowhere. I am told I need to support Gardner's current power elite because they are progressives like me. Yet over the last 2 years or more, I see nothing to support a progressive agenda. I'm told to be patient. I watch more buildings come down. I hear more stories of developers losing heart and leaving projects. I see more parcels going dormant. I see conservation land abutting sludge landfill expansion plans. I see nothing that says, hey guys, look at our progressive agenda. Isn't it great? I have watched my elders for too long denigrate millennials. When these tropes began in the early aughts, millennials were children. Now they are voting citizens in their late 30s. When do we all agree that they've proven themselves as viable citizens? Same can be said for Gen Z, Gen Y, Jennifer, Gen, and Z thrown in too. When did it become okay to repeatedly denigrate our sons and daughters for social issues, in some cases that are generations in the making? At the very least, isn't it our fault more than theirs? My real question to you, my reader, is thus: why do we, the masses, fall repeatedly for this idiocy? Rich people, yes, I say that, rich people who also maintain power in this country want you and I to agree to disagree on economics, on gender, on religion, on abortion, on who looks cooler in a three-piece suit. And we the masses just keep falling for this shit again and again and again. Now, don't get me wrong. I take issue with our current and past municipal administrations for their rather, may I say politely, anemic display of economic development prowess. I'm being polite. But our issue is not that there is a millennial or Gen Z plot to disempower boomers because of age. In fact, I think it's far less exotic and quite simpler than that. The current municipal administration and its staunchest supporters in positions of power locally are, frankly, mediocre. Skills, vision, personal leadership tools for generating substantive economic or social progress? Many of them do in fact have this, but they're consistently letting politics get in their way from utilizing their skills. They are like the performing artists I used to engage when I worked in the record industry. They love to be loved, and for many, their first or their only priority seems to be getting through to the next election, not whether their constituents have the resources they need to empower their own neighborhoods. They are fragile and passive-aggressive at times. I have yet any time before now to see such a lack of transparency as we have now in communications on the part of our state representative, our current mayor, and a solid majority of our city council. They look slick, dressed in all the right clothes. They seem to talk a progressive agenda. In theory, I should agree with them. But all we keep seeing is ribbon cuttings. No programs, no plan to fill empty space. No programs to empower individuals in entrepreneurship. Lots and lots of gloss. But how often can one polish a rotting egg? So no, Mr. Graves, there is no ageist plot to destroy boomers. Frankly, it appears to me many boomers are perfectly good at destroying themselves in this global zombie apocalypse. Nope, it's just good old-fashioned appetite for power from a group of young-ish Johnnie Bravos. Like in the Brady Bunch episode, they fit the suit. They walk on stage the right way. Put them beyond the bright lights and amplifiers, though, and you'll find a leaky roof and a backstage door coming off the hinges.